I didn't look at him when he said it. I didn't even blink. Some guys just finish first. Too bad the old man never figured that out. His voice carried over the rows of black coats and folded hands. Casual as a man ordering coffee. The woman on his arm, my ex, gave a soft laugh, rehearsed and hollow. 6 years ago, I might have swung for his jaw. 6 years ago, I might have shouted, broken something, let the rage tear me apart. But 6 years is a long time to sharpen a blade. We were close once, or maybe I was just blind. My brother, Daniel, 3 years younger, always chasing my shadow. I protected him in school, covered for him when he wrecked Dad's car. Even gave him the ring box the night before I planned to propose. Told him I wanted him to see it first. Told him I trusted him with anything. She was the love of my life. Or so I thought. Emily had a way of making a room smaller, like gravity bent toward her. We were together for years. She laughed at my worst jokes, remembered my smallest scars. I thought that meant something. Turns out it did, just not to me. The signs were there in whispers I didn't want to hear. Emily started working late, smelling of cologne that wasn't mine. Daniel stopped answering my calls only to text an hour later, saying he was out with friends. Then one night, I stopped by Emily's apartment with flowers. A stupid spur of the moment gesture. Her door was unlocked. I heard his voice before I saw them. I didn't drop the flowers. Didn't slam the door. I stepped back into the hall, closed it quietly, and left. They never knew I'd been there. That was the night I stopped being the older brother and started being the executioner. I said nothing to anyone. Daniel thought I disappeared because I was heartbroken. Emily thought I was too proud to fight for her. Both wrong. I moved out of state, took a job in Dad's company's legal department. I buried myself in contracts and the quiet language of leverage. I learned the map of our family's finances better than the lines on my own palm. Dad was old school. No trust funds, no handouts, everything tied up in shares, property, and one very binding will. Daniel was reckless with money, always had been. The kind of man who thinks a credit card limit is a challenge. Over 6 years, I made sure the right people saw the right paperwork. Minor adjustments, a sale here, a reallocation there, always with Dad's blessing, always above board. But every shift tightened a noose Daniel couldn't see. By the time Dad passed, Daniel owed more than he had, and he didn't even know it. Which brings us back to the funeral. Daniel's hand in Emily's, that smug grin, and me, the beautiful sun, silent in my black suit. I didn't speak to them during the reception, didn't acknowledge the cheap dig he'd thrown in the church. I just waited. The will reading was private, just family, the executive, and 2 lawyers. Daniel slouched in his chair. Emily perched beside him like a trophy. The executive cleared his throat and began. Dad left Daniel the lake house, a beautiful property, and with it every debt tied to its upkeep, taxes, repairs, the mortgage Dad had quietly refinanced to help cover Daniel's gambling losses. Daniel smiled when he heard lake house. Emily squeezed his hand. Neither caught the fine print until the lawyer spelled it out. The property was underwater financially. Selling it wouldn't even cover the debt to me. Dad left the company's shares, all of them, the controlling interest, and a letter. Daniel's voice cracked first. This is the lawyer kept reading. Dad's words. Your brother has been the steward I hoped you'd become. He earns what he takes care of. Daniel, I hope this teaches you to do the same. Daniel turned on me, face red, eyes glassy. You set this up. I just looked at him. No smile, no gloat, just the truth in my silence. He stood, knocking his chair over. Emily didn't follow right away. She was too busy calculating the math in her head, realizing she'd hitched herself to a sinking ship. When she finally stood, she didn't take his hand. I walked out without a word. The winter air hit like a clean blade. Behind me, through the frosted glass, I saw Daniel crumple into the chair I'd left. Emily's coat still hung on the backrest beside him. I didn't feel joy. Not exactly, just weightlessness. 6 years ago, I would have killed for revenge. Today, I just let gravity do the work. Some guys finish first. Others make sure the race was worth running.